Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham Ekam. Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham Ekam. Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham Ekam. Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham, Hamza Soham
Isn't it that the less passionate we are, the more we are into oneness?
The right question will be the less ambitious you are. Ambition is driven by comparison, like the first question he was asking me. Ambition is driven by comparison and judgments. Passion is more driven from a beautiful state where you're truly connected to the vision and impacting people. So, passion and vision is a place where your self obsession is reduced to a large extent. Ambition is a place where your self obsession is very, very high. So, we are not talking about ambitious people not being successful or more successful, or passionate being people being more successful or less successful. What we are talking about is what is the state from which you're becoming successful. So, if it is passion and vision, your state is not self obsessive. If it is ambition, it is very self obsessive. That means on your path to success, you will not bother about hurting people, you will not bother about destroying systems, anything. All that will matter to you is your success. You will not bother about anything. That is ambition. It comes from a place of self obsession. I believe in miracles. I believe in you creating miracles for yourself. I see them every day, happening to me and happening to so many seekers who come to Ekam. I believe every human being is capable of creating the miracle they need, the breakthroughs they need. And one of the key factors for creating this miracle, for creating a life studded with miracles and breakthroughs, is your state of consciousness. I cannot emphasize enough the power of your own consciousness in cutting through the obstacles in your life and manifesting the breakthroughs you envision. Namaste. When modern science made its origins in the 16th century, the transcendental dimension that guided the lives of our ancients was thrown out as fake. For several reasons, which we will not go into here. Science began to position itself as a promoter of the idea of a mechanical universe that runs by laws in a clockwise precision. We only believed in what was obvious to our eyes and what our minds could grasp with its rational and logical thinking. We refused to believe in the transcendental that was beyond our sensory perception and that which cannot be understood by our mind. As a result, even though we advanced quite a lot in terms of our standard of living, our experience of life became very poor and limited. A disconnection from this transcendental dimension meant life became mechanical and boring. In fact, it became insipid. We lost the art of creating miracles for ourselves. Let me explain a miracle that a woman created for herself. This is a breakthrough that happened in front of over 1,000 people in the city of Mumbai in broad daylight. I am not talking of something that happened in an alpine cave or the Himalayas in the presence of some sadhus. No, I am sharing with you an incredible breakthrough a woman created for herself. I am talking about a well-educated, logical thinking woman who created it for herself on a day like any other day. except that she was in a retreat with Sri Pritaji. This woman had facial paralysis on one side of her face, which she had tried to cure for 24 years. This facial paralysis developed for her during the birth of her first child. For 24 years, she went through physical discomfort and emotional pain, looking at herself that way in the mirror every day, piecing together a collapsing self-image and having to answer people's questions about what was wrong with her face. She refused to go to work because she drooled when she spoke. On the third day of Sri Pritaji's retreat, Bodhi, she stood up and said, "For 24 years, when I cried, tears only flowed from one eye. But today, tears of joy flow from both eyes. Today, I am blushing looking at the beauty of my own face in the mirror." How did this happen? We did not do that for her. She did it for herself. As Sri Pritaji led her through a powerful mystic process, the woman had two phenomena unfold in her consciousness. The first phenomena was letting go of her anger towards her father, who had coerced her into marriage while she was yet not ready. In the process, anger fell away, resentment fell away, bitterness fell away from her heart towards her father, towards everyone, and towards life. Now her consciousness was free of this inner suffering. So she was ready for the next leap. She connected to the universal intelligence or God consciousness within her, and the power of this great intelligence flowed through her and created the miracle for her. That is how it happened to her. How about you? Do you have a consciousness that can cut through obstacles and create breakthroughs for yourself? Think about it. This brings us to some important questions. So, where is God? Does God exist? For the vast majority, God is fundamentally a belief that has been handed down from one generation to another. It is a ritual and a discipline, like going to a church on a particular day, a temple on a particular day, or it is a hope you cling on to in moments of desperation. When I was 11 years old, I had my first experience of God consciousness, and my realization of this magnificent consciousness has grown since. Where is this God consciousness? It is everywhere, including within yourself. To me, God is not a person. This God consciousness is an incredible field of intelligence. As I'm talking to you, I see this magnificent blackbird. It's carrying pieces of a garden lizard she has killed to feed her babies. There is such intelligence in that bird. She knows how to build a nest for her babies, feed them, and she will do this for the entire summer. And before the rains begin, her babies would have grown enough to fend for themselves. This is an intelligent bird. I am sitting under this 300-year-old mango tree. An extraordinary intelligence manifests in this mango tree. If she gives mangoes 1 year, the next year she rests. If too many worms eat upon her leaves, she allows the fruit bats to alight upon her. The fruit bats eat the worms and fly away. There is so much intelligence. From an ordinary mind state, you would see an intelligent tree, an intelligent human being, an intelligent bird, intelligent grass. But as a mystic, I see one big field of intelligence. This field is connected entity, inseparable in consciousness. This field, this intelligence is present in your body, is present in your heart. You could actually access it in your heart. It is possible to connect with the universal intelligence that is immanent in every bit of this universe. You can connect to this all-pervasive being of intelligence. This intelligence is within everyone and everything. It is like a vast infinite web with infinite nodal points, and each nodal point is you, me, and everything else. The nature of this web is It connects everything to everything else. Oneness is its very nature and essence. Life is a playground of infinite possibilities. Anything can happen. Accessing the power of the universal intelligence by connecting with that will mean you are able to take the game towards manifesting those possibilities that you want. When your consciousness is rid of suffering and stressful states like anger, desperation, sadness, your brain enters a theta brainwave state. You tune into this greater intelligence of the universe. It is in that state that you are able to manifest miracles for yourself. It is in that state that you are able to create the miracles you need. It could be a breakthrough you need as a parent, as a professional, or to bridge the gap between you and your partner. It could be a breakthrough in terms of health. So here is what happens when your consciousness is totally free of suffering and you are connected to this vast fabric of intelligence. Your body and your life move into a state of oneness. The 30 trillion cells of your body move into a state of oneness. Your cells are no more disconnected. The enzymes communicate perfectly with each other. I'm sure you know that disease happens in your body because the enzyme harmony has broken down. When you enter into this oneness consciousness, you are supporting your body and creating a miracle. When you enter into an interview and you are in a state of oneness, you are free of all mental and emotional stress and are connected to the universal intelligence. You become capable of an extraordinary response. In a relationship, you become capable of breaking the walls that have separated the two of you. And I have seen beyond doubt that every human being can do this. Part of what we do at ACOM is awaken you to this miraculous potential within you. When I have taught this art to seekers, there is one question that I am always asked in many parts of the world. Isn't my suffering a gift from God? Is your misery a blessing from God? Everybody actually wants a miracle, a breakthrough. But religious conditioning has convinced them that misery is necessary. And only if I am miserable, I will think of God. And only if I am in misery, I will pray and God can bless me. What a bizarre understanding. If suffering is a blessing, then the world is sufficiently blessed already. Do you agree with me? Then why are you secretly longing for a breakthrough? This is a truth I want every one of you to know. Look at nature around you. It is harmony. It is beauty. Let's say you live in a city and you have a tiny flower pot in your room and you observed a flower blossom in front of you. It is a miracle. Only people who become one with the celebration of life, only people who can live in a joyful, blissful state of consciousness, who can connect to the intelligence of the universe, only such people can awaken in themselves the potential for breakthroughs. Only such people can live in a way where life itself becomes a miracle. I started to meditate from a very young age. I have been meditating from the age of 11. And meditation for me is not just a technique that I do in the morning or in the evening, but meditation is actually a way of living. So every one of you, as your brain changes, you actually start to meditate in your relationships, in your classroom, everything. What is meditation? Meditation is to be present to what is happening in front of you. What is happening in today's world, be it the young people or the old people, they are absent. Today we have absent parents, absent students, absent teachers, absent political leaders, absent business leaders. People are absent to what's happening. Meditation is about being present. Present to what is going on in front of you. It need not be always, but at least most of the time. If you have to be present, then you should have a mind that is calm. You should have a mind that is focused, a mind that is fearless, to be having the courage to look at problems, look at challenges, and address it and not run away from it. So, meditation helps in actually daily life. It is not something that yogis and rishis only must do. They are already meditating, that is the natural state. But as young leaders, where your life is so stressed and you're engaged in life, you need tremendous amount of strength from many other resources. And meditation today is a huge resource. All the resources are here in our beautiful country because we are one of the oldest countries. Tremendous amount of culture and knowledge is present here. So if you can learn to meditate, believe me, 10 minutes a day, what I'm going to teach you now,